This is a video that I was never planning on making, and I'm somebody who is in the mindset that, let people enjoy things, that kind of attitude, and, I think everybody should collect whatever they want, and, I think people should find the artist for them. Heck, I even did a video about this artist. I have a video on Shinji Kanda about a Pokemon artist review about Shinji Kanda, treated them the exact same as I did with any other artist, because that's what I do, is I respect every artist equally. But this is ridiculous. I'm Daunter. If you don't know who I am, Pokemon card YouTuber, trying to get to 700 subscribers, so subscribe if you enjoy this content. But recently, I don't even know how to even explain this. This is the best way I can think of it. There is some sort of deification going on with Shinji Kanda that I don't understand at all. So there's so many instances that I can see where people, YouTubers, whoever, are talking about how the next Shinji Kanda card is gonna blow up. Oh, watch out for this card, it's drawn by Shinji Kanda, it's gonna be really good. Look out for the Seismitoad from Black Bolt and White Flare, it's gonna be really expensive because it's drawn by Shinji Kanda. This attitude is frankly ridiculous. Now, let's put up an illustration by Shinji Kanda that's a little bit, I guess older. Let's put up the Giratina V alternate artwork. This card is absolutely stunning, right? Don't get me wrong, I think this is probably one of the best cards that we've ever seen in general. It's a gorgeous illustration, there's a lot to like about it. And it's got this really, really heavy sense of detail. This is pretty much anything you could ever ask for a really good looking alternate artwork from the Sword and Shield era. But let's not pretend that the Giratina is the best card ever printed or anything like that. This kind of attitude that I've been seeing towards Shinji Kanda as an artist, to me, is frankly ridiculous, because as somebody, like I said earlier, who treats every artist with equal respect, I am so tired of this, hype surrounded by this singular artist. People know about Mitsuhiro Arita. Mitsuhiro Arita drew the base set Charizard, everybody knows that, but there's not a Mitsuhiro Arita tax. Mitsuhiro Arita's cards don't usually go super crazy in terms of value just because he's Mitsuhiro Arita. One of the most legendary artists in the Pokemon TCG, we all know that Mitsuhiro Arita is one of the most, popular, well-known artists in the Pokemon TCG. I know that, you know that, everybody knows the base set Charizard, right? But there's not a tax on every single one of his cards. You don't see his cards spiking up to 300, 400% of what they should be, just because Mitsuhiro Arita drew them. And that's what I feel like we're seeing right now with Shinji Kanda. It's kind of ridiculous to me. In the set, Black Bolt and White Flare, there are 150 illustration rares of Pokemon that have never, most of these Pokemon have never seen the light of day, including Seismitoad, I will say that. But then again, if you really look at the full set list, I would say that there are so many illustration rare Pokemon, illustration rare cards, that if you are just a fan of Pokemon artwork in general, you will have so much respect for just the amount of depth, the amount of pure depth in this set. And just in terms of the artists that are involved in it, who worked on stuff, take a card like the Sigilif by Mingo, for example. This card is one of the coolest cards in the set, in my opinion. It has an incredible perspective, a really great use of colors, and an incredibly poppy art style. Now I know it's pretty popular to collect artists like Mitsuhiro Arita or, Tomokazu Kamiya, but then again, Tomokazu Kamiya also doesn't really have a tax for their artworks, even though they're so legendary. But recently, the Pokemon card YouTuber space is filled with people who are just absolutely, I don't even know how to say this the best, other than just saying an utter amount of praise for Shinji Kanda that is genuinely unprecedented. Maybe this is something stupid to, talk about, but at the same time, I just think it's kind of ridiculous. I just don't really get it, I love Shinji Kanda's artwork, I really do. They have so many cards that I think are genuinely beautiful, cards that I would love to have in my collection, I'm happy to have the Giratina V alt art from Lost Origin. I think that card is amazing. It's really, really good. But then again, I treat it the same as I would with any other, artwork from the Sword and Shield or the Scarlet and Violet era, just because Shinji Kanda's not a god. Shinji Kanda didn't save my family from a burning building or something like that. That's what I'm trying to say. It's Shinji Kanda has some really, really beautiful cards, but then again, don't fall for this like level of hype that is not even real. Like, it's all fabricated. This is all fabricated because like people know that Shinji Kanda's artwork is really good. Everybody knows that Shinji Kanda's artwork is really good, really detailed, really cool. But there's so many other artists in the Pokemon TCG that have just as detailed, just as like catching art styles, just as like intriguing ideas as Shinji Kanda does. And it's like, I don't know, it just seems a little bit like disingenuous to other artists. Like imagine if you were opening the new set, Black Bolt and White Flare, and you're looking for the Seismitoad art rare, and you're like, you don't pull it, and you're like, man, these ones suck because I was looking for the Shinji Kanda card. Like, that kind of mentality doesn't really get you anywhere, honestly. Like, that kind of mentality only tears down other people that work so hard on the Pokemon TCG. Like, there's 140 plus illustration rares in the set, Black Bolt and White Flare. Like, let's not pretend like there's only one card in the set. Please, like, that's all I'm saying, all I'm asking. Now, if one of the special art rares was drawn by Shinji Kanda, you already know it would be the most expensive card in the set, just because it's Shinji Kanda. But that's not just because it's Shinji Kanda, it's also because there's just this unorthodox tax that people put on their cards, like there's some sort of like legendary, you know, status figure that's like untouchable. And I'm just trying to say that, like, though I love Shinji Kanda's artwork, and like I said, I've done a Pokemon artist review on Shinji Kanda's artwork because I think they have some really, really great looking cards. I also think there's plenty of other artists in the Pokemon TCG that have cards that are just as good. You know? At the end of the day, that's all I'm trying to say. It's just this kind of mentality that people are trying to provide to people where Shinji Kanda is undefeatable. It makes it hard for other people to collect Shinji Kanda's cards. And like, if you love Shinji Kanda's artworks just because you love their art style and like you want to collect their cards, this video is not talking about you. It's not talking about like people that genuinely are just fans that like really love Shinji Kanda's artwork, because obviously I'm not saying that's a bad thing to collect their cards. My whole channel, you know, my whole personal brand is based off of you should collect what you want to collect, and like don't let anybody stop you from collecting what you want to collect. That's my whole like idea. That's the whole point of the channel. But I'm just saying, like, this recent wave of like people, specifically YouTubers, like there's people that aren't even invested in Pokemon artwork as much as some others are, you know, that talk about Shinji Kanda. Like, you'll hear it often, like frequently, from people who are just pretty much focused about the money talking about Shinji Kanda's cards. Like, it's good to have a chase card in a set, in my opinion. I think that that's totally fine, but like, I don't know, let's just not pretend like Shinji Kanda's the best artist that's ever lived, right? I think that Shinji Kanda's fantastic, I think that Shinji Kanda's great, but I also think a lot of other artists are great, and I think Shinji Kanda should be treated equally to those other artists that just do so much for the Pokemon TCG. You know, everybody works so hard. All the artists work so hard to provide the cards that, you know, you collect, that you purchase, that you know, open. Like there's so many, 400 plus illustration rares in the Scarlet and Violet era, and let's just not pretend like there's only a few. You know, that's the kind of mentality that I have. You know? Just something quickly to add on to the points that I've been making in this video. I was watching a certain YouTuber opening up the new set, Black Bolt and White Flare, and they were talking about how some of the illustration rares in the set are just okay, and they feel like extensions of regular cards. But they also said to look out for the Seismitoad by Shinji Kanda, even though that's technically also just like an extension of a regular card. Like, Shinji Kanda's normal cards also look like that too. Like, they look just as detailed, just as cool. And like, they were using the first card, which is the Acelgor by Taiga Kasai, as an example, which I think is a really cool looking card. Sure, it's not really the most interesting looking card in the entire world, but it looks cool. Like, there's a lot of cool aspects about it. Obviously, you could print that on a regular card, but you could print the Seismitoad on a regular card too. So obviously, it's gotta be some sort of like ridiculous bias towards Shinji Kanda. Like, these people that like think that they know so much, talking about like how crazy cool Shinji Kanda is, don't even know the names of the other artists. Like, they'll probably pull an art rare, an illustration rare, throw it to the side for the video, and just like forget about it. But if they pull the Shinji Kanda card, they're like, guys, we got the Shinji, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, I don't know, it's just that kind of mentality. It's just a little bit frustrating, I guess, for me, as somebody who just like really loves like Pokemon cards and Pokemon artists. If you love Pokemon card artworks, then I think that that's an incredible thing. Like, you should hold on to that love and just like let it like develop, because if you love Pokemon card artworks just for the artworks alone, then I think you're a great person. You know, like you just love artwork, and I think loving artwork is such an important part of just like life. You know, like that's the whole point of the channel, is to just bring a little bit of that joy into your life, kind of bring a little bit of that positivity into your life. So I don't want you to, you know, seek content creators who are false, you know, or fake about artwork, fake about the things that you love, you know. That's kind of why I'm getting so upset about it, I guess. That's just like, you know, that's just why I'm getting upset about it. That's it. That's the video. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time.